something only.
Yes.
I have a request to say something.
Yes.
I am M.L. Sharma advocate. I practice in Supreme Court since last 90.
Yes.
Actually, filing of the FIR and jurisdiction is not depend only for one point. It belongs to each and every point, any one of the point. If any point touch a crime at any step, at any place. So it may be a lack of the knowledge, but it should be go through this message to every police or every person that suppose a person did a crime, belong to the Nigeria, do the crime in Delhi by cyber and left to America, then there is a choice of the complainant to make a complaint either in Nigeria, India or America.
Absolutely.
There is a Supreme Court ruling for that.
I endorse your view.
So, cyber crime is covered entirely by the IPC and CRPC also, as well as international criminal jurisprudence also, as well as the law of the crime, that you can file a complaint anywhere in all our world if it is related to the cyber crime, because internet belongs to all the world.
Okay. If I may proceed.
Mr. Chairman, I have a serious objection. Now, if we go on like this, we'll neither be able to help. I will support the question now,
Yes.
but not like
We could take the questions at the end, please.
Question hour after the demonstration is complete. Then the question hour will start.
My personal interaction with the Delhi police and a few other, police of other states is this, that there are a few enterprising, very good police officers we have in the country who can lead the others. Now, I've had students from all over India who have been able to, solve, my own students have solved my cases. I'll give you an example. There was a case which was, filed in Gurgaon. Now, what has happened in this case is a very famous corporation. I cannot name it due to confidentiality concerns, but this corporation has an office in Gurgaon. They are a Japanese concern. Their main directors in Delhi, Gurgaon office, they were imputed with a lot of corruption charges and other defaming materials sent to their Japanese office. In Japan, when this was brought to their notice, the emails came through. It was a lot of hue and cry, what has happened. And in India, they didn't know what to do. So when we filed a case, like with the police there, the FIR was lodged. It was suspected there was an insider in the existing employee in the corporation was done it. Now we filed the FIR, and then the police tried to trace the IP of from where this email has originated. It came out to be a cyber cafe in Gurgaon itself, near a station where, when we went there, we found that there was no registers being maintained. Although it is a mandate, you have to maintain registers, but they did not maintain any register records. So when we suspected 3 or 4 people, there were 10 computers there. If forensically we would have done it, but we had photographs of the suspects. When we showed them, the owner of the cafe, that this is the pictures we have, do you think anybody has come to your cafe in the last 2-3 days with this picture? He immediately said, yes, this was one person who comes regularly here, and this is the person. When we questioned him and we interrogated, he admitted that he had committed this. So it's not that the police are ineffective. Yes, I understand there are certain circumstances when they cannot possibly solve the case, but that's also human. I mean, but they are efficient. It's not that they're not efficient. And when we talk about enforcement, there are other angles to it. We may not even involve the police at times. Now, there have been such cases. One client in Pakistan, she's in fact, she's from Punjab. I'm sorry, she's not from Pakistan, she's from Punjab. But currently in United States, happily married with a 1-year-old child. What is the problem? For 7 years, she has been cyberbullied and harassed by a person who is a journalist based in Pakistan, who claims to be her husband, has made 15 websites, putting her passport, her pictures and other letters which he may have written to her during college days. And she has been harassed, and literally she didn't know what to do about it. When she contacted us, we told her that we can solve this without involving her to come down to, file a case in the courts or be with the police or even go down to Pakistan. Now, how we solve this problem? We contacted the registrars of the websites who had registered this website and the web hosting companies, Google. There were blogs written on her on Blogspot. We contacted Google. And we have resolved all those. YouTube videos have been removed. All the incriminating material about her, personal information about her has been removed. Google successfully resolved this. Wrote to us confirming it has done so. Now this is something we have not involved the police. We have done something, resolved a problem cross-border without police involvement. So things are possible. In cyberspace, self-regulation, some best practices, some prudence will help one in the long run. So I understand there are social problems because not many people report. One girl says, calls up and says, I have loaded my pictures on Picasa and I didn't know to use a encryption password. Now this has been, through the link of Facebook, sent to all my friends. What do I do? Now this is the state of affairs. The awareness, even if you're using a software tool, read the terms and conditions. Read where this information can be shared with a third party or a website. Not many people are aware. Not many people report. When it comes to technicalities, IP addresses cannot sometimes be found because of spoofing. There are hide IP and other softwares and proxy servers which give you fake IDs. Then forensically, how do we collect information? It is so sensitive, as Mr. Vivek Sood also said. It is very difficult to collect information. And when we come down to legal enforcement, how efficient the police will be is another thing. And how much can they do? Then there are extra-jurisdiction problems. Extradition treaties are not there. Cybercrime Convention is not being signed by us. No homogeneity in law. These are some of the hurdles. One forensic unit in Hyderabad, CFSI lab, normally has been catering to almost all cybercrime investigations. Thanks to the private investigators who have now set up labs, we are also using their facilities now. But in the state, now we have the EEE, Electronic Evidence, there's an authority which is set up under the IT Act now. Well, how many nodal agencies will this statutory institution will have is still to be seen. Lot of work depends on the ministry. They have yet to frame the laws under Section 43A, which is the liability of the BPOs and other corporate bodies who handle sensitive information. They are supposed to keep reasonable security practices. What are those security practices? One doesn't know as on date. So we have a lot of work to be done in terms of policy, technical help, social awareness, legal enforcement point of view, and a lot of judges and all of our, the whole system needs to be involved to give us a solution. So we need joint cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The problem which has been posed before you regarding extradition is very common. Although Section 1 and Section 75 of the Information Technology Act deals with this cyberspace, that is virtual space, there is no geographical background, it covers the entire world. But the question arises as to website drawn in UK, shown in USA, what will be the method? There was a case, English case, where the person concerned was punished, but when the matter went in appeal, then it was discovered that the website was of UK and the domestic law of the UK will prevail. Mrs. Karnika said, has rightly said, that we have no international treaty. Though we have an entire world jurisdiction, but there is no international treaty for extradition. We must have some that power of extradition, because if some website has been shown in a different country, then how it will proceed? These are some of the problems which we suffer But police takes action, adjudicating officer takes action, everything. But the drawbacks of the law, we cannot help that. That is our problem. Anyway, cybercrime is proceeding day by day. We are taking action day by day. Even in Goa, we can say that at least 75 cases are pending. In South, number of cases are pending. In UP, 10 to 15 cases are pending. And everywhere, the adjudicating officer is doing their job, the police officer is doing their job. Now proceed another.
Shri Kamal Dave, Advocate Supreme Court on Data Security.
Needed to speak before you, and I'd also like to thank Mr. Bhawan for providing this great platform so that we can interact to discuss the issues related to cyber. My earlier speakers have stated very rightly described the thing and the problems and the position which is existing as on date. Now I would like to speak on the subject of data security. Now this is a subject which has fairly not been taken up so vigorously in India, but still it has root cause and everybody is facing this sort of problem in the environment. Now, basically, what I'd like to proceed with that do we really need to have data security, and what data, and why we all need to respect about data or think about data. What is data? Data, as described in the ITF, is a processed information. Is an information which is a collection of either figures, pictures, posts, text, data, in any of the form or sound. So entire thing which forms the data is a relevant material, and any destruction or damage or alteration which is not meant for or not provided by a legitimate person is definitely going to cause a destruction to entire functioning of a website or a database, which we might be having. The corporates are basically having now the subject of cloud computing has come. Now where the database itself is in a distributed manner. It is not retained at one single place. So we have to have a data security that deals with all those things. Now to begin with, I'll say that as a common person, how data is relevant to me. Everybody is having a mobile or laptop or all those things. But do you ever feel that you have been subjected to any data loss? Or have you ever experienced that data can be a material thing to you also? The SMS which you might be receiving and from unknown persons also. But is it causing any anonymous situation that you are, say suppose an SMS has come which does not belong to you, but it comes and it causing a spam sort of thing, and you have to delete all those things, and you have to waste not only the time but also your memory, which is basically required for functioning of that very equipment, either mobile or laptop or whatever. So you need to cater about all those things, and that is one of the major problems, that data itself. Say suppose if you have a space of 2 GB and your entire all SMSs or MMS which come to you without your knowledge, they capture all your space. You will not be able to use your mobile phone. So that is one of the things which is causing much of great problems. Now there are vulnerabilities. Now what can be other vulnerabilities? It can be in the malware sort of thing. Say suppose an SMS comes to you, and that itself infects your mobile or laptop or computer, and you are not been able to resolve any of the things and not been able to do anything. So do you need to address those issues, and how fast?